Hey guys, how's it going? It's Dirty Bones. Today we are checking out a gameplay of Kaiserpunk. I put out a couple of tutorial videos. There's 3 tutorials in the game that you can do, and I did the first 2. Now the third one I tried to do. Unfortunately, I ran into a glitch in it. Now, I don't know if I ran into a glitch into it, actually, or if it was just poorly explained. The third tutorial is very vague compared to the first 2. So now, when you start the game in, like, Europe and that, it comes up with all this Ashes of War. And you start off with a minus 20 production of needs. And this is only in Europe. I've tried games in like North America. I've tried games in Australia. Where else did I try? That's pretty much about it. I haven't tried like Asia, as far as like East Asia, and I haven't tried South America yet. But in Australia and North America, this does not come up. So this is a Europe thing. Now, I'm going to pause it because I'll show you where we are. So we are in the West Balkans. That's where we're starting. And we're just going to check out the game a little bit, kind of without the tutorial, doing our own thing. It might get slow at times. I mean, the beginning part is definitely city builder until you get to a certain point where you can start, you know, moving into other lands and that. So we'll get into it, and we're just going to play it basically like a city builder and get our production going. Usually I always like to start by going around my town center. We do need to have a look around here for some resources you can see on our map. So really, we can go across the water from the beginning. We can build a bridge, but the upkeep is pretty expensive. So we want to check out these mining areas. We need water, and we need... Ooh, this one's a little far, but we'll check it because we're out here. Okay, copper, we know where that is now. We need water, we need coal, and we need iron. And clay would be nice. So there's our iron. Sort of north of us, and hopefully this will be coal. Oh, there's more iron. Okay, hopefully we can find some coal. Quartz. Okay, that's later on down in the game. Now this is getting really far. More copper, aluminum we don't need right away. So I'm hoping down by the river, that's where we're going to find our water. More quartz. So it looks like we're going to be stuck building a bridge. Okay, gold in the middle. There's our water. So we're going to need a bridge for sure, because we're going to need water rather quickly. There's lots of water down here. Galena. That's for lead and gravel. I can't remember what else it's for. Lead and... Yeah, I can't remember. There's clay. Okay, so I think we've got enough water. There's even more. And these do run out. Oh, there's lots of water down here. So lots of water on the other side of the river. There's our coal way down here. And we're going to need that fairly early game. Unless we use our diplomacy and trade for it. Somebody might be missing some iron, and we can get some iron off of them. Let's just check this last little bit, then we've got the whole map covered. Not that I'll remember where this stuff is. More water, crude oil, and limestone. Now, there's one thing from playing this game a bit. I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason to what resources are found in what country. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's just totally random. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm from Canada, and I was checking out areas in North America, in the Canadian region, and there was a lot of lack of coal, and gold, and a few other products, or sorry, resources. And then I played a game in Australia, and I noticed there was a lot of brown bears walking around. Or they could have been black bears, but either way, there are neither in Australia. So there was no homework done by the dev in that kind of a respect, which makes it rather generic of a game. You know, it doesn't really matter where you start then, because it's just gonna be random no matter where you get. Here, for instance, the forester. Okay? So it produces its own wood. But you would think there would be a logging camp too, so maybe he's combined them together, and maybe you need it in a wooded area. You don't. You just place this wherever you want to place it. It doesn't really matter. Now, what does matter is depots. There's an upkeep on depots, so you don't want to just put them anywhere, because the more you have, the more upkeep, the more cost. See, there's nothing else around this area, so I'm going to end up putting it by this logging. It's only going to be used for this logging, but I'm going to try and build some more industries around it, like farming and that sort of thing. So the way I see Kaiserpunk, I know the dev described it as a city builder production game, which it definitely is. I see it as kind of a bridge, and just to admit right off the top, I haven't gotten into the whole grand strategy part of it too much, because I've been looking all over the place trying to figure out this game a little bit. So I've been kind of all over the place. And I haven't really gotten into one game like at a high length of time where I would get into a lot of grand strategy stuff. But if I were to guess, now I've got about 10 hours into this game, but like I say, I've been all over the place. I would say this game is, well, I'm hoping it is a merge between city builder and grand strategy. Because for someone like me that plays a lot of city builders and a lot of automation games, and I mean, automation and production, yeah, they're different, but they're kind of the same. I'm sure there's a couple of people out there going, no, they're not, whatever. All I'm saying is that as someone that plays a lot of city builder games and has always wanted to get into grand strategy games, but when I've got into grand strategy games, and now maybe it's my fault, I bought them when they were in early access, so they didn't have a tutorial. And that's partly my fault because the grand strategy game was too much for me. I couldn't figure it out. I'm a simple-minded buffoon. But I like to try playing games like that. Like, Workers and Resources is a completely different kind of city builder game, but I love that game. And I've spent hours upon hours upon hours playing that game. Workers and Resources is great. But back to my point. So what I'm trying to say is that... sorry, I'm trying to keep going here while I'm talking. I believe and hope that it's a merge into grand strategy because, like I said, there isn't really a good grand strategy out there that I have found anyways, that really explains it well and helps you learn the game. It's a large learning curve. Now, I may be wrong on parts of that just due to the fact that a game that I know absolutely nothing about but would like to learn about, I find grand strategy games a little expensive right off the top. You know, I understand that you're now on 3 and 4 and you want to keep going, but I'm not gonna pay 60, 70 bucks for a grand strategy game that doesn't have a tutorial off the top. Like, it's gonna have to be a finished product. And maybe I'll get one, and I would love it if somebody would recommend a good one with a really good tutorial so that somebody that wants to get into grand strategy games can explain it to me. Because I would love to get into grand strategy more, but I just haven't found that game. And like I say, maybe that's my bad. I'm just not looking in the right places, or maybe I've picked the wrong ones and it kind of leans me away from buying them or paying, you know, more money for them. So if someone has a good recommendation on one out there that has a good strategy, I'd love to hear it. Okay, so let's get into the game a little bit more. So your depots are all together. Doesn't matter if you have a mine at the top of the map, way ways from your city, you build a mine there, you build a depot next to it. This depot right here will be able to transport your goods. So it's all combines into one big warehouse, which to me is, it's all right. It all depends on what level of city builder you're on. I prefer to get more of the logistics into it. You know, there's no reason why I can't click on this and have a button that says, well, I want to send one truck on a regular run up to this other depot over here to bring this and pick up this and bring it back, right? Transport fever? Anybody? You could blend that in there, definitely. But I would also like to say this is the dev's first game as far as I can tell. When I looked him up, I didn't go in depth because there's no reason to go big in depth until he starts trying to rip people off. And as far as I know, he's not. So this is a pretty damn good game for a first try for a dev. So I'm not saying this is a great game, and I'm not saying this is a bad game. I'm saying this is a pretty decent job for a first-time dev, and if it's kind of what you're looking for, then bonus. Then you found what you're looking for. I actually like this game. I mean, there are elements of it that I go, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, but you know what? It's a pretty good game. And 35 bucks is the starting price, I believe, or 35 or 39. That's Canadian anyways. Now, would I pay that? Well, I did pay that, and I didn't send it back after 2 hours to try and get my refund, and I have not put a review in because all these fucking guys that go in there and put these reviews in with less than 2 hours and say it's a bullshit game, blah, 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 they haven't even had a chance to play this game. So what they're saying means nothing. So here we're given the choice of whether we want to be primarily food, industry, or defense. That's what that gist was about. So we're going to stick with food for now. There's a lot of things, and we get a bonus for that. There's a lot of things in here that are questionable. It is a full version game, full release game. Hopefully the dev keeps updating it with other things. I mean, there are some minor glitches already. Just in the first tutorial, in the first 2 minutes of playing it, he's got Q and R as far as rotating the screen when everybody knows it's Q and E. I mean, it's not a big deal, but you know, there's things like that. And hopefully he just keeps we don't... Oh, warehouse? Yeah, we'll salvage that. So you can salvage all this stuff to get rid of it. Now, one thing... Oh, I didn't want to salvage that. The reason I didn't want to salvage that is because I'm kind of testing something. There are some buildings that you can repair, or some things that you can repair. And I'm wondering if it's... if you're able to repair it through development advances. So if I had left this abandoned field... Oh, that's just an abandoned field. I don't think you would have been able to repair that. But say maybe there has been other things like substations for electricity. So if you go in here... Whoops, that's not the right one. Go into open your dashboard, and you go into research and development. As you build things, these things go up. So you can see my agriculture's already up, my transportation's going up, my morale is going up, and you unlock different builds, different upgrades, all kinds of stuff. So actually, let's go back into that. So let's pick agriculture. So if we click on it, it opens up. You can see we've unlocked cotton fields. These are like upgrades to depots or farms. So a farm can get a better storage, right? A farm can be mechanized, so we can, you know, tractors or whatever. And workforce needed is -15. And then we've unlocked a cotton field. And then we can unlock an upgrade for irrigation. Now, it doesn't make sense that we've unlocked irrigation when we don't have water yet. But, like I say, these are some of the things that are missed in this game. And if you're okay with that kind of stuff, then this is just a fine and dandy game. So, now we'll get into it a little bit more, and we will start building, and I will stop rambling on so much. Okay, so we've got our lumber up here. We need to get plywood. You use a lot of plywood. So plywood is in, I believe it's in heavy. So I like to build 2 of these while I can. I can't already. So I'm gonna have to wait until this picks up. Now right now it says not enough production. It's only because I just built it. The truck comes and delivers the lumber from the depot. So it is good to have certain things close to depots, like build around a depot, so that it doesn't take the trucks long to deliver everything back and forth and all around. So that's our depot. That's why I built our veggie farm here and our field here. Now I'm trying to leave room down here because we're going to get another unlock for flour and bread. In fact, we have it already. So we haven't actually unlocked it. So it's telling us that we need to make 20 bread, but we haven't unlocked it yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to build... where is there? The cotton field. So this kind of stuff speeds up our development. We're going to need... Oh, we don't have the wood for it. So that's what we're waiting on now. So we're going to speed up a little bit because we need to get this wood moving. We'll go 3 times. And actually, while we're waiting there, one just clicked on, so I'm going to quickly build another lumber mill before we keep moving. Now it's under heavy production. So there's 2 of them. That should keep us going for a little while. And brick, by the way, is fairly important too, which is made from clay. So we want to get on that too. This is glass and glass. Why is there 2 glass? Oh, that's concrete, sorry. Okay, so the water was down here. Not there, that was gold. There's water down there, so it's probably... I want to see what is more expensive. We have a road here already. If we just continue our road, it will grow our... It'll make our bridge. So it doesn't seem to be any more expensive. Ooh, we got the wood for it. That's really tempting. The problem... Oh, it is too. We're gonna do this, and the reason we're gonna do this is because we can get to our gold from here too. Now, we don't have... I don't believe we have gold unlocked yet. We can scavenge all these buildings now too, which we will set up. I'm waiting to run into one that we can repair. Okay, we're going to leave that one because I think that one might change. And we'll take care of that one too. That's it for on this island, except for that one we'll leave till later. See if it does change. And we want to get onto our water. Okay, so we can't do water yet. We haven't unlocked it. But what we can do is come up here. And we need to get into advances where there's power. So they have houses, but there's no power to them. But it's not also not needed. They're just living in the days of lanterns and fires and stuff like that right now. Remember, we're in 1919, I believe we start out, and the war just came through and they're rebuilding, so we're going to look and see. There we go. We've got flour done now. I want to put flour and bread over here. So everything needs to be joined to a road, including your windmills, like everything. It would have actually been nice if we could have built windmills, you know, off in La La Land. I mean, there are quite a few things in this game that really don't make much sense, like the fact that you're using windmills but you have substations. I mean, it's nitpick, right? Usually I'm a nitpicker at that kind of stuff, but it all depends on the game, and it all depends on whether the developers put out a million things. I mean, if the developers of Anno put out stuff like that, then damn rights I'd criticize it. But I'm not going to criticize this because, I mean, it's damn good game for a dev, first-time dev. And like I say, I could be wrong. Maybe he's just changed his name and he's got all kinds of crap out there, and maybe the guy will turn into a malicious asshole, and who knows. I'm not really too worried about it. I think my $35 was well spent on this game. I'm not regretful in any way. Do I wish some things had changed? Sure I do. Okay, rations and starvations are a thing of the past, so we've made our bread. Life is good. Okay, we move on to the next one. So now they want newspaper. Now, newspaper, of course, is made out of lumber. We're going to extend. We could keep making it out of this one. But I think it makes it quite a bit of a slower process. So I like to build a new one. I really need to look at... Oh, I think it was the northwest where our iron was. So we're okay moving this way. I'm just trying to think of where I want to... Okay, low population count, so we need to build more houses so people can move in. And there are tiers for houses too. There are tiers of workers also. So once we get into... I don't think it's smelters. I think once we get into smelters, I believe we're going to need like engineers, I think they're called. Let's see what they're called. Right here. Manufactured homes, and they bring in manufacturers, they're called. Okay, so that should do us for... So each house is 30. So 120, so we just put up another 4, I believe. So we're good for another 120. Here are the people that you have. So there's a total of... Right now, there's a total of 191. It changes pretty quickly. Unemployed, 63. So we're good on our workforce. Unemployed, 75. So that number means how many are unemployed. And you can see how quickly they're moving in. Mind you, we are still up on 3. We do have plenty of lumber, which is about the only thing that holds us up. Our brick has gone up, and that's because we were scavenging. So, we will continue moving along. We needed to do the newspapers, so we'll go into heavy industry. So there's our smelters. Oh, those only need laborers. There's 20 laborers. If you click off and click on, they will come up. So there's some glitchiness in some of this stuff. So these are all laborers still. We need to build ourselves another depot. If you look right there, there's something floating over top. So it'll just say, no depot nearby. And depots are in transportation. So you can see all the things that it's joining up with. Now the benefit of that, grabbing all this wood and going to either or, is if one fills up, say one fills up with grain or vegetables, then it can haul to the other one. There is a warehouse that unlocks at Transport 4, but the upkeep is pretty high. So you gotta make sure you're making money. Now I believe at the beginning, I keep forgetting to look, but I think we start out with around $50,000. You'd have to start the video all over again or rewind to the beginning just to see what it is that we start with. But we'll keep on going here. We gotta get... okay, we put up our... See, there, now we're into the power. So we're going to lay down our printing press, because I believe it needs power too. And now one thing I'm really bad at is I will start building forever and forget I gotta put some roads in here. So that's what we're gonna do now, is put a little division road. And there's different roads. So dirt road is your cheapest and slowest. And then a gravel road, you move faster. And then asphalt. And that, well, that's asphalt, that's about it. I don't know if there's gonna be more added after that, like, you know, 4-lane roads or whatever. I don't know how far in depth this game gets into that kind of stuff. We want to join that up with that. Now our little forest is kind of floating in the middle of nowhere. We want to put some power in. We'll go to our utilities. Okay, windmills. Like I say, they need to be attached to roads. We'll build 2 for now. And then we need to build a power substation, which makes no sense at all. But it's there. Part of the game. So, now we gotta wait for our newspapers to be done. Some other things we can build are... Our transportation's pretty much done. I haven't built one of these on a coastline. I'm not exactly for transport. Now nothing comes up, so I'm guessing you can develop the size of it. I don't want to build it right now because the upkeep is I think it's pretty punishing. Like once you build what am I trying to say? Once you build your block big enough. Okay, so we'll move on to cultivation. We gotta put up a cotton still. I believe we gotta put up a cotton still. Yes, we do. So we'll put the cotton up here. Mining, we can we get iron now? We can get iron. We'll go and find this iron up here. Oh, see, it does actually show you if you pick on it. You pick your iron, it'll show you how far it is away. So we know we've got 3 iron here. And you have like a, you have a fairly big radius. Put it on, so you can, if you do feel like you want to, manipulate the roads kind of thing, you can. I'm only going to build 1 right now, but when we put the road down, we're going to plan so that we can get a depot in the middle, and it'll pick up from each one. Oh, darn it. I put the road on the wrong... Oh, well. You know what? We only get half our resources back. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought I did. I just thought, because it was blinking there, that that's what it was. But all it is that it says it's got no connection to the city. So we're going to just see where we end up here. Okay, there's our city over there. That's actually not that bad. We can join that up straight. There we go. That's not bad at all. So now we can have our guys come and run over and clean up this stuff. See, that one I believe is a repair. If we click off of here, so that one's a salvage. And that one is a repair. Now it says what it is to, it's going to take 10 lumber to repair, but it doesn't say what it is. Now, looking at it, I'm guessing it's either a veggie field or a farm. I'm guessing by the road squiggling through it, it is a farm. Right like that. But I might be... Oh, no. It's probably cotton. Yeah, it's probably a cotton field. So what we could do is we can put our depot down here in hopes that it will, when we do repair it, it'll graft to that depot. It'll be close enough to supply that depot, and I want to go a little ways away because I want to make sure we get that top mine too. We're going quite a ways, so that other mine should be alright. They both should be alright. So we'll go right there. And then, so when we build these later on, they should all be good with that depot. And when we repair this, it should be good with that depot. So we will do scrap on this one. Wrap on that one. We don't have any bricks in those, but I do like to keep an eye on my brick because one game I was going to play, see how far I could go in the game, I ran out of brick and my clay, I just couldn't get my clay to work properly. Okay, so we've got something going. Oh, no water. Let's see if we've unlocked it. We have. Okay, so we need to build a water pump on these. Where are they? There they are. We'll put a water there. We'll turn this one. Put a water there. Put our roads in. Is that gonna make it? Nice straight line. It is. Beauty. Okay, so we've got the water. Now what we need to do is put a water tower in. Now I find you can see the circle very faintly. There's no way that I have found to change that so that you can make it darker or not. He needs to make that darker because half people out there aren't going to even see that. So as you see, our water tower needs a road too. So I like to put it kind of in the middle. I'm not too sure about these houses. I believe they do upgrade, so they may need water down the road. If you look in here, so these are their luxuries: newspaper and clothing, which is what we're going to be working at here soon. Well, we're already doing the newspaper, but the clothing we're going to be doing here soon. And then health, safety, and education. So we need to build all these things to keep things going. Now, my last game, I was guilty of forgetting about a fire station, and half my town burned down. So don't forget about your fire station. It is unlocked. Pretty much, it should be unlocked right now. So now we have our water tower, and here's another miss. If I were to go and put down, well, let's do it. So you can see where our circle is there. At night it shows up much better, or, you know, when it's not a bright light. Now if I click on this, I can't see where my boundary is from the other water tower. I gotta go over here and kind of judge it to put down another water tower. That's another issue with the game that would have been nice to have. But like I say, he says he's gonna keep updating the game, so I'm sure he's just waiting for, you know, the game came out on what, Thursday? It's Saturday. I'm sure he's waiting until Monday, you know, see what all the feedback is, and then he'll probably get to working on it. And because it's his first game, I'm guessing that he's also got a full-time job, so it may take some time to get some stuff done. I know a lot of people think, you know, when a developer comes out with something, they should be right on top of it and fixing all kinds of things. Well, maybe this guy's a part-time developer and he's got a full-time job. You ever think of that? before you criticize, make sure you get all the information is all I'm saying. And hey, I'm guilty of the same thing. I've criticized some developers, you know, you just get frustrated and you just start getting mouthy, and but you try and keep that kind of stuff off the internet, you know? Okay, so we've got an issue here. It is not properly working. Not enough. Oh, okay. So that's our printing press and that. Do we have enough employees? So maybe our delivery trucks aren't keeping up. Because everything should be running fine here. Oh, I know what I forgot. We need to build... Where is it? It's in the heavy, I think. This is my bad. I forgot the cellulose factory. We need one of those in order to turn it into paper. So we will park that sucker right there. Now we're going to need some power, and we're running low on people again. So we'll have to put down some more people. So the game, once it gets going, will definitely keep you busy. Like, we're already in slow mode. I mean, I'm doing a lot of yapping, but we're already in slow mode, and I'm staying busy. So, this, oh, okay, sorry, I thought this needed power, but I guess it doesn't need power. But we are getting into stuff very soon that needs a lot more power. Like our smelters, I believe, need power. Oh, and if you click on these, you can see right here what your fire risk is. So you know whether you need to build. See, we're already at 36 here. So we should probably... public services, fire station. Now this is the reason why I tried to delay building a firehouse, because upkeep is 1,000. Now I'm gonna assume that that's 1,000 a year, not 1,000 a month, but I could be wrong. Doesn't really say. So I'm going to, as long as it's under 50%, I don't really want to build one. See, it's the older ones down, well, not downtown, but, you know, kind of closer to our town hall. That is the problem. And the town hall can be upgraded. And it will let you know when you get there. And in fact, I believe, no, that's not it. We can change our flag if we want in the middle of the game. And we can develop different governments. So we will be coming up to stage 1 soon. And that will come when we develop. Now another thing we need to build is, we'll see if it's unlocked, is... refinery appliances. Okay, it's not under here. See, there's our brickworks. But like I said, we can't build it yet because we don't have any clay and it's not unlocked. There's cement factories, plastic, aluminum. Like, there is a lot of stuff in here. And it does go further on. Canning, glassworks. Like, there is a lot in this game for the value that you pay for it. Let's go into here. There we are. It's the weaver and the clother that we want to build. So we want to keep that near the depot. I try to center everything around my depot. and try and pack it in where it fits nicely, of course. So once we finish our newspapers, that will be our next one, I believe, that will come up. And that is produced from our cotton. Okay, so we need to move. Let's speed up a little bit because we need some things to unlock. Okay, our brewer we can do from ale, or I mean, we can do from grain. We might want to produce another one. Ale is more for like morale and trading, but we could put another farm in right over here. I like to have lots of farms. Let's put her right there. And we will wrap our roads around. Well, we'll put a road up to here anyways. So our grain should be on top. Now we're running out of power. We haven't got enough power to keep everything going. So we're going to have to build a few more windmills. Now where did I put that? Is that it? That's it right there. Okay. Okay, now we should be good for a while. We're up to 45. That'll keep things going. Now the only thing we may need to add is a subdivision. Or a substation, I mean. Subdivision. Substation. Which is right here. So, we're going to have to put one in... where's a good spot to put one? Usually I try to leave... Will it fit? No. See how light that is? Like in the daylight? You can barely make out that light purple. Or pink or whatever it is. I mean, I'm sure it stands out just fine at night. But it certainly doesn't right now. I think I can get it in right there. Not sure. No, that's not, I don't think it's going to do it. That looks like it should do it. Okay, there we go. So that's going, and then you get your, so this is what we started with, and like I said, this, as far as I can tell, it's for only Europe. And then this is what I chose. There's about 8 or 9 different choices you can choose as your main kind of ideal on how you want to do things, how you want to run your, I guess, country. And then here's your notifications of all your developments, and you can go in and look at them all if you want to. I don't, unless I need to. Negative cash flow, well, that's a definite. People's luxuries are low. And enemy area is near. Enemy army is near, sorry. So, we finished off the newspaper. We're on our clothing. We got ahead of it. We built them early. So now we should build some houses because we're only at an 8 on the unemployment range. So I'm going to put in a new bunch of houses right in here. How's our lumber? Our lumber's looking pretty good. There's our save. It does freeze the screen for an instant, but not bad at all. I've seen a lot worse games. Okay, so that will give us another 90 people. Now, they don't just instantly appear, but they do immigrate rather quickly. And now keep in mind, you don't want this up at 200-300 because you got to feed these people too. So we'll look in here and see. They said luxuries are low, but they're climbing now. Newspapers and cloth are going up. Their needs for food is good. Oh, and here is your riot risk. So we don't have a riot risk right now. There's no police station nearby, but as long as we keep an eye on our riot risk, we should be okay. Now let's check some of these older houses. So now we're at 38 fire. Riot risk is fine. And everybody's needs should be equally the same. And it looks like they are. Okay, our citizens are elated. Luxuries are good. Happiness in the sky. Okay, our laborers have limited skill set, Governor. And we can't rely on them to complete complex production tasks. That's why we should bring in new people to the city. Okay, so this is where we're getting into our manufacturing houses. So you need to build separate housing for that. Oh, and while we're at it, as you can see, there's a basic, and then there's a development, which gets rid of certain things like decorations and that are gone. So this is basically development is almost more like your core stuff that you're going to be doing. I generally leave the other one open. So there's our manufacturing homes. I generally leave the other one open just because I don't want to miss out on something. And I feel I might if I don't open it up. Okay, we'll go there. Leave a space for a future road. Okay, so that will bring in, I believe, 120. Where is it? 30 people, yeah. So 120. And their taxes are higher. But we need to take care of them better. See, these guys want ale, which we were just talking about. Gramophone, so they want music. That's at the appliance factory, which we are a ways away from doing. And same with radio. What is this? No water. So we got to put in a water tower. Let's switch this back over to basic. So, there you go. So your power's right here. That kind of blends a few together, utilities. Yeah, it blends a lot of stuff together. So you may prefer that. I don't. Let's get the water tower in. We'll put it... Do we need a road somewheres? I really don't want to put it there. Okay, I guess we'll put it about there right now. I'll probably end up restarting a whole new game anyways, so... I'm kind of checking a whole lot of things out in this. Instead of, you know, just going down one big game. But you never know, maybe I'll use this as my big game. This seems to be a fairly decent map. And like I said about the rhyme or reason for putting stuff places, like I thought certain areas would be heavy on iron and heavy on coal, and they're not. So that's why I think it's just random. Which is disappointing, but, you know, you live with it. I mean, if you do go into, like, the Yukon, Yellowknife, Whitehorse, or I'm sure, like, I would think Africa, parts of Africa are heavy in resources. I would think you would see certain ones there you wouldn't see anywhere else. Now, I haven't gone into Africa yet, but I'm betting it's completely random there, too. But that would have been nice if it was changed, or like a real mountainous region. You would think would be heavy in resources. Okay, let's move on. So we've got manufacturers coming in. Let's see what we've unlocked in here. That's regular production. Here's heavy production. So we got our cellulose factory up. Our smelter we got to build. But we only have iron. We need to get the coal. Which I believe was somewheres. Wasn't coal like way in the corner here? What was that? That's not coal. That's gravel, which is useful for upgrading our roads. That's water. I think our coal is way down here. like, you would think there would be easy maps and difficult maps. And like coal and that, certain ones would be closer, not way the hell and gone down here. Like these. And so these do run out too, by the way. So 9.9 and 7.3. And that is limestone. So somehow we need to run a road all the way down here. So we're going to grab our mine. We're going to grab coal, I believe is the first one. Once we get coal and iron, then we can make steel. Okay, we know where there's some water here. We want to run it by our water. So now you see animals here too. I haven't gotten into hunting, but like I said, I have not really played a long game yet. So I imagine we will be getting into that stuff. Okay, whereabouts are we now? So we want to run... Oh, see, you don't want to get... You can't get into the beachy area. Otherwise, you're going to be building a bridge. So we want to run along here. Nope, that's too far down. Make sure there's no bridge back there. Okay, so we've got that water. On the little map, it's there. Okay, about right here we'll build. We'll go one more. Get it past that guy. There we are. There's our gravel. And then we can go and build over to our bridge. Oh, you're gonna be like that, are you? Okay, we are still straight. Ah, oh, I hate it when it does that because it's gonna make me grab my road again. Influx of new people, okay. Keep busy with meeting new folks. Governor, I'm afraid that our current food supply is getting lackluster and mundane. So now they want us... Excuse me. They want us to get into fish and meat. So we should be able to fish along here. We gotta get back to our road so that we can join that up. So now, I know some of you are going, well, you have that coal mine way down there, but there's no people down there. You do not have to build houses down there. As long as you have a depot down there, they will come down there and work. Which, like I said, is one of those things about the game that, you know, he doesn't really get into. So that is telling us we need a depot. We've got our depot there. We want to make sure we keep... There we go. We can see our circle, so we're good on our other mine. Let's put it over on this side. Turn it. There we go. So that's in there. So now they transport that coal into that depot, and it's available in all our other depots. So that's why they don't really need... You don't have to build like houses down here and that to have people down here, because the people just kind of pop into where they need to work. They don't have to walk there. And the transporting comes from the depot. The truck comes from the depot and back. So that's why that is like that. Whoops, pushed the wrong button. Okay, so now while we're out here, we're going to put a few more water up because I know water will become an issue. We're good on money. We're making money, so I'm not really worried about the upkeep at this point. So the difficulty in this game basically comes from the buffers that you put on the game. and there's only a set amount of buffers. 2. If you go into your options, let's pause this. If you go into your that's not what we wanted. You go into your options. So there's not many choices there. That's just your save options, your video options. There's a fair decent amount. Audio is, you know, whatever. So there's no options in here to make your game more challenging. Now, if you back to game, I believe there is a spot in here. I thought there was. No, I guess there isn't. So once you start your game, there's no options to make it any more difficult on yourself. Okay, did we put those waters in? There's another water right there. Yeah, we put those waters in right there. Okay, so now we're gonna have to put our fishing in. Where am I going? Yeah, I'm on track. I'm not lost yet. Okay, so we'll take it off a pause. Oh, see, our upgrade is there. So now we can upgrade our town hall. And now we can decide what we want to develop as a political alignment. Okay, so we've got production plus 5 immigrants. Now, immigrants, there's not a problem with immigrants, so I'm not even worried about that. Plus 1 production on tier 1 resources. And 10 development, or development and infantry attack. I'm gonna go with a, I'm leaning towards the national state, 10% development points, and infantry attack, because you never know when they're gonna come. So now, don't sit here and try and, you're not gonna get it. Click on this. You need to click on the little one. Boom, you're done. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so we have our gold there, but I don't believe that is unlocked yet. No, we have gravel pits and oil pumps. Gold is way down at 10. So let's do a couple of gravel pits, because then I can speed up some roads. Can I line that? Yeah, I can. Good. Put that there, put that there. We'll build our road. And then we'll build our depot. You know what? I'm going to build it on this side in hopes that maybe we'll put some fishing there later on. Leave some space for some fishing. Okay, so our gravel's down. Now we'll get on to our fishing. Where's our bridge? There we are. Hopefully we can get our fishing into here. We've got ranch and fisheries, so we'll put our fishing down. We're close to the bridge. Okay, we're gonna need a depot here too. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a ranch close by, so we can combine our depot. Oh, we're very close to our okay, so we're gonna, well, we need water for this, so that's good. That works out nice. And we will leave 1 space for our road. that needs to join on the back end. And there we go. So now we've got our fish and our... Oh, we got to build our depot still too. Put our depot up. So that will serve both. There we are. So now our depot's up. And we are lacking 87 laborers. So we will check in. And now we have our labor high-rise unlocked. So that's what I'm going to start building now. I'm going to start building them over here. Let's see if... Will that fit in there? It sure will. So we'll put one there. Now those take 80. So that's basically going to get rid of our... shortage of employees. And then we're going to build one more just to double it up. Give us a surplus of employees. And now these out are faded. Now this is for your diplomacy with other countries. You will not discover other ones, well, unless they come and attack you. But if you go into transport... Is it transport? No, it's not transport. Which one is it? It is... No, that's our fire station. Oh, trading. There we are. So if you go into our trading and we build us a market... too bad it won't fit in there, eh? Okay, we'll have to put it out here. Where's our town center? Did I miss our town center? There's our town center. Town center looks different now that it's upgraded. Okay, nope, we'll go right here. So there's our trader. Now that we have a trader, our trader will come and send us information about other factions, or they'll tell you who they've discovered out there in La La Land. Now, I haven't built a transport post before because most of my starts were inland, and I never really had a lot of lakes around. So I haven't built one of those yet. And the upkeep is fairly high. And I don't know if there's any point in building on this map. Uh-oh, building on fire. And we don't have a fire hall. So, public service fire hall. Can we get one in here? There we go. So the fire department shows up, and as you can see, it spreads like crazy. So you do have to be on top of it. Our citizens are overjoyed with their new food, even though their food is now burning down. For now, our citizens are fulfilled, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now we're getting into the map. So we're going to wait until this fire is over. It's going to torch a lot of this stuff. So even this stuff that never lit up, it got damaged and it needs to be repaired. So we can start repairing this stuff now. I don't know. Whoa, the fire spread all the way down here. Oh, man. See, this is what I mean about fires getting away from you. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to repair all this stuff so people can live and people can get their food. So it doesn't necessarily have to start on fire. If it is near the fire, it gets damaged. Now that I do like. Now this I'm not exactly... Oh, I was repairing the road there, I believe. So that's fixed, that's fixed. So as you can see, some of this stuff is damn expensive to repair. and it's eating away our money like crazy. And now we got to get our homes going because people can't work without homes. Okay, get that done, and there we go. So now we've got everything done. So now let's get into the world map. So if we go into our world map, so we are the West Balkans, and we need to do a farm center upgrade. So we simply click on it. There's our upgrades, and we can go in here, farm center upgrade. Now we need 75 plywood. We don't have. We do have the brick, and this is why I say we need to get on the brick fairly quickly, because your upgrades take some brick. Where's the other one? We're gonna want to build this one right here. So increases immigration interest for the region. The higher the interest, the more immigrants will be available to take into your capital. This is another one that you're going to want to, well, not want to build, but it's kind of part of the tutorial to get into. So you'll want the brick for that too. So we're going to have to wait for, oh, our plywood's up now. Okay, so we're going to do that. This will demolish the existing upgrade and replace it with another. We don't have an upgrade in there, so it's not a big deal. So there we go. Now our upgrade is in there, and you can get rid of it if you want. I don't know why you would. Maybe is there an upkeep to it? Yeah, there's an upkeep to it. So if you were running short on money, I guess, if you wanted to get rid of it for that reason, you could. So the video's gone long enough. I'm not going to get into military. You kind of get the idea of what is going on in this game. Whether you're going to like it, whether it's worth the money or not to you personally, I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm not getting, an amazing city builder, and I'm not getting an amazing grand strategy game either. But I'm getting kind of a merge of the two so I can learn. I already know City Builder, but I need to pick up my game on Grand Strategy, and I think this is a good opener for people that want to do that. So my name's Dirty Bones. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.